FXBros.
Good morning, guys. Good morning to the whole world. This is the second day of the first full week of trading for 2025. Let's take a look here. As you can see, we do have news coming out at 7:30 and 15 minutes, balance of trade. And also we have two news releases coming out at 9 a.m. The JOLTS job openings and the ISM services PMI. So we're gonna just talk about the markets, look at different markets, pull up different charts, but overall just look at the reaction to this news. Until then, we are waiting. Currently, as you can see, the market was starting to sell off, but we are rejecting. That's not even the middle line. What is this? Okay, that's the old yearly low of 2023. Let's see here. Look at that on daily. Okay. Let's see. Old throw me off. All right. So one thing that is true, let's talk about some potentials and what the market could be reaching for. Looking at the daily, we are in the price range of this old December 18th Wednesday sellout. I'm not sure what was on that day, if there was any kind of news release or what made the market fall in that fashion. But just simply, if we pull out the fibs and measure that, you can see we are rejecting prominent areas, 61 and 50 so far. This daily hasn't closed. It'll look a little bit more. Look at it on the 4 hour. Let's just see how we can reject this. And we don't know, this candle still has roughly 40 minutes to close. So it already broke through here, just like this previous candle did, but we did get a big rejection. And we already pretty much ate that up within the last 4 hours. So one would think these last 4 hours were creeping up for this news release potentially. We won't know that to be true until 7:30 to see how the market reacts from that. But I know I've been watching this and we've been rejecting this area during this 4 hour period. So we will see. But like I said, we are playing in prices from this 18th sell-off, which Tuesday, yeah. So that was the whole range of this Wednesday daily candle. Also, something that sticks out is this trend line. If we are going to reach for that, so we look at it on the weekly, you can see a little better. You see we've been kind of in this little wedge pattern, if you will. We did break out here, but the sell-off, the breakout to the downside was a way more dominant sell-off as far as for the bears. We did get a bullish push twice out of this area. But as you can see, within the next, I would say 3 days, we were trading back within this this bullish trend line over here. And also, with that being said, we kind of have, even on the lower time frame, this is the weekly, probably you can see this better on the daily and the 4 hour, but we did get a break and a retest, something we didn't really see on the bullish side. You know, as soon as we broke back in, no kind of retest, especially not on the weekly. Not sure if it was showing the daily, but I'm pretty sure this was showing much cleaner on the daily and 4 hour this selling. That happened on the 16th of Monday, so the week of the 16th. So we look at the daily. Not as clean, but it's kind of would call as a retest, but not as clean as a retest. But nonetheless, it's a possibility that's what the market is reaching for. You know, the potential retest. So we'll know more about that depending on if and when we close above this wick on the daily. 4 hours cool too, but the daily will be more justifiable for us to call a potential target up here, especially with all this traffic we have right now. This would be a good area for it to stop at if it reached this high. And we check that trend line. So we'll be looking at that. Yes, we do have news coming out in 9 minutes. I'm about to go make me some coffee right quick. Back. Rapid charts. Go.
Here's a great way to level up your investment game. Robinhood Gold is offering a 3% match on eligible contributions into your IRA.
We got 3 more minutes for two some change. One minute. Oh! 20 seconds. Balance a trade. 15 seconds. Let's see what we're about to get. We got 5 seconds left. We're about to get a bullish engulfing on the 1 hour. Market releases. No reaction. Probably because it's waiting on the close of the hour. Very little to no reaction. I believe that's going to be a better economic indicator anyway. That's how we ultimately judge economic growth is job growth or scarcity, inflation rate, interest rate, and potentially the gauge on new home sales and building permits, but more so on the jobs and the we do have about 30 minutes left for this 4-hour candle to close. If the bears are still in control, not saying they might want better pricing, but it would be, I could see a situation where they would want to show their dominance and engulf this candle and continue with the sell-off. If not, we're gonna continue higher, or we're gonna make weak candles that don't engulf. Then that could be leaning more towards continued bullishness, potentially up to this trend line, or I don't see any other potential. I mean, we do have an area of here on the 4-hour to probably put out. That might be something we can reach for. I think I'm gonna do that.
360 checking from Capital One. It's all about you. Banking the way you want.
That's pretty much it. I don't really see any gaps down to the lower side that we can test to. This pretty much already been slightly filled, mitigated. So as we can see, we see where the volume is to the upside, even though we did fade there with one candle. I took part in those sales. I'm in sales right now too from these highs. After I saw that we broke out of, well, initially when I took the sale from this rejection, because I saw how fast we broke out of the previous weekly high. We tested it. If you look close, we came here, tested and rejected it. Then from that rejection, the market sold all of this as if it was going to respect that rejection, but no, it was going to not only sweep those stops, go for previous week highs. It also predominantly filled this gap from that we sold off on Wednesday. So all that was respected. And even from that propulsion move, we ate all that back up with a bearish engulfing. Now, what I'm seeing here is a stair step of bullish momentum with these previous 4 hour candles that were positioning themselves just to get into a certain price for the news release. If that is true, then we should see continued selling, hopefully for the remainder of this 4 hour, potentially down to an engulfing scenario would be nice. If not, cool. We still have more volume coming in at 9 in the morning, so got like an hour and a half until that happens. So we still could see the continued bearish momentum. Being at this did, if you see this did pretty much cover this whole move. It filled this whole move up with this last jump up here at during London, 4 a.m. But if you look to the dollar, one of the main things that determines the direction of the AU, the dollar has yet to fill in the move that it did on Wednesday. Even though on AU we've already done that. The dollar is kind of showing more bullishness with this lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. So if we continue higher from this point, then we should see continued selling. Like even this bearish engulfing on a daily, if you took sales here, it was instantly negative. Like so, I was instantly faded. December, we've been buying strong buys, stronger buying after the election. Slow. Yeah, nothing bearish is setting up just yet on the dollar. Even though we have to sell off, nothing bearish strongly, so we should still see more bullish movement, which would hopefully increase the chances of more sales for AU. Like I said, if not, might have a level up here we could reach, or we may be reaching for this trend line. This old trend line we was in 2024 last quarter. We broke out of that. Second week of December. What's that? October. Yeah, that was when we broke out. What's the height of that breakout? And that bearish is off right there. Will we get a bullish engulfing? Possibly. But judging off the previous bearish engulfing, it's going to be weak as hell. This one had to fight. This one is not really a fighter, so I would say don't be scared of sales this week. It might be where the fake out is. What's up, bro? Morning.
Good morning, man. How we doing today, bro?
Oh, God.
Good, good, good.
Damn.
Looks like there's a lot of talk waiting on that job data.
Yeah, I think that's what's gonna be more volume added, especially with being that that's the first real data point coming out this year, and with New York Stock Exchange volume coming in. I think that's something we probably gonna have to wait for, but it would be nice for this 4 hour to engulf bearish. That would be a real good indication. Not saying we really need that right now, but it would be nice. We got 20 minutes left.
Yeah, that'll be really good, especially coming from that now that it's at that high, like yesterday's high or whatever. So this will be a nice area.
10
If
pips in
anything
20
to look for. I mean, I've seen crazier things.
minutes.
But we don't have any news that's gonna force that down. So it'll have to be straight up
No, we just had to drop 10 minutes ago. So I mean that's something. Wasn't really a big volume pusher, but still there was
yeah.
news.
I liked how it swept the high. Like the 4 hour, at least it wicked up and
Right.
swept all of that, and now it's coming back down. So that's just showing a little momentum. But yeah,
And it's showing a session sweep too. Like if you look at the 1 hour, I got it on my screen. Like you can see how the market swept the previous Asian session during London, then gave us that bearish engulfing. So, we got a little something looking forward to. But like I said, overall, for buyers, people who are buyers, what you want to see the daily close above this wick. That's what you want to see. If you in buys right now I think off the 1 hour, that was on the signal. Yeah. Granted, if you would have caught some just fucking impulse candle type situation, maybe around this evening, Sunday evening, during that Sunday when we saw that first bullish push, especially out of this range that we had, slight range. It wasn't a setup, but it was volume pushing out to the upside. So if you caught that, cool. This probably would have scared you out. So that would have let you know, like it said, if you would have bought the breakout. So if we would have had this, I said this is like the true range so far, this situation. If you would have bought this breakout, yeah, you could have took profit here. It's halfway above this range. Took out the new weekly high, yada yada. You could took profits up here, but if you would have been holding, thinking you about to catch the bullish move of 2025, then chances are you would have got out. So overall, it was really only 18, 20 pips to be had. This is all BS. If you want to look at this, is not real market data. This is because of the euro went crazy, and the dollar is real, you know, attached to the euro as far as whatever the euro is faulty for, the dollar may see a certain type of volume because people run to either or pair for certain safe havens and certain profit situations and hedge situations. So it's a lot of movement in those currencies just for that prime reason. So when the euro moves, the dollar moves, and yada yada. And we had a whole lot of euro news coming into that Monday morning. So that was the reason why we saw that Monday morning during London primarily. And you can see London kind of really starts at 3 a.m. This candle here starts at 4 a.m. So from the close of this going into this, that's when we had that big push. That was the last part of CPI data. I think that came out around that time. And like I said, nonetheless, the market ate all that up, gave it all back. Now, what I call for this, we saw a stair step type trade bullishness back up into these highs. But as you can see, it kind of was giving market makers a chance, if I look at it like this, to build a better sell position, knowing that news is going to get released during the New York session. You know, so with that being said, let's not run the price up. Let's just kind of slowly but surely over the next 4 hours, let's get it back up to this price so we can sell again. And also, if we are near these highs, it's easy to sweep if we wanted to. If we wanted to creep back up and take out highs. But again, I don't think that's the case, because it's like, how many people built up enough position above this high to where it's enough liquidity for them to sweep that? Being that this move was so crazy and this rejection was crazy, how many people you really think was thinking about sales from here? Most people was thinking about buy, especially when you bought down here, you bought here, you think about, oh great.
Yeah,
You
you
know,
thinking the same thing is about to happen today, except it's gonna break it.
right,
Like the same thing that
exactly.
happened yesterday. Yeah, it's thinking it's gonna do the same
So
thing.
not a lot of what I'm saying is not a lot of people caught sales up here thinking like, oh, this is a sale. If you did catch sales, you probably was thinking sales down here, but not a lot of people are gonna take that sale and put their stop up here. So when you think about that level, when you think about all that, how much liquidity is sitting up here? It's probably not much. If anything, it's probably the banks and central banks and hedge funds. That's their liquidity up here. That's their safe haven, which they not gonna run it. Nothing's really gonna run that. The only thing gonna run that is the stock market crash. So they safe. So if you look at it on that side, you can see the potential for the bears to create some scenarios. Like if this closes anywhere in this 50% range, which is right down here, we pretty much at it. If we close right here, then we are bearish and we continue to drop. But that also means this is an easy place for people, retail traders, to start building a position, which also means this will be a sweet spot for people to start building up stop losses, which also means this is a shitload of liquidity. I could run stops and take a whole lot of money from people and then continue selling off. And we will see if that plays out. If not, if you're in buys, what you want to see, regardless of how it plays out on this, but overall, what you really want to see is the daily takeout this week. That's what you want to see, because you got levels up here. Let me see what this is. I don't know what this is. Take it off. But nonetheless, you got levels up here. But if you're gonna reach this level, you're probably reaching for this. Try to do a proper retest on this trend line that we broke out of, last month of 2024, second week of December. So if we get a proper retest up here, then it'll probably set up, maybe, who knows, but a nice, sweet, buttery daily and or weekly bearish engulfing all this. That could be the case if the buyers are here. Like I said, this will be a weak ass bullish engulfing on a weekly, because it's don't really have much to fight. So that's what I'm saying this week. And you kind of pointed that out too. And the daily, we didn't get that scenario just yet. So everything is kind of leaning on how the weekly closes. And that's going to determine on, being that this is Tuesday, this is going to be determined on how well this wick gets filled. If it gets filled to the T, or maybe this is all it's going to do. I know it's been kind of struggling around this 75. I've been watching it since London. It's been kind of hovering around 75 and 80 for the longest. So if we look at this wick on a daily, just fibs on that only, we can see that 50% is right at 62.73, right around where it's at right now, not too far. So that's kind of like an equilibrium, if you want to say. So we'll see how it reacts around there, especially once we get close to 9 o'clock, and we'll see what direction takes hold. But yearly low. Yeah. So let's see what the news said anyway. No, it wasn't really much. The balance of trade. Do they have any literature on this? Since 1976, the United States has consistently maintained trade deficits due to significant imports of oil and consumer goods. In 2018, the highest trade deficits were recorded by China, Mexico, Germany, Japan, Ireland, Vietnam, and Italy, while the largest trade surpluses were recorded by Hong Kong, the Netherlands, Australia, the United Arab Emirates, Belgium, Brazil, and Panama in the same year. China is the country's largest trading partner, accounting for 16% of total commerce, followed by Canada. Didn't know that. At 15%, and Mexico. Okay, I knew Mexico, but I did not know Canada was our largest trading partner, just because they're so close to us. Kind of expected, especially with Mexico, but shocked with Canada. So the balance of trade deficits, higher number is positive, lower is negative. Balance of trade, the previous was negative $73 billion. If I read that correct. Consensus is worse at 78. The actual is a little bit worse at 78.2. So the deficits are not good. Okay? Not good, it's looking like. It's negative. I don't think negative is good. I don't think so. I'll look at it one more time. Let's see some history on this. Let's go kind of far back. How far back can we go? 2013 was at negative 38. I wonder what COVID did. Just got the negative 109 until 2022 is a shitty year. Oh. Selling off on AU. The dollar is going higher. Notice we won't see any bullish engulfing setup on the dollar, but it's potential for AU to give us one. We have 4 minutes left, and we are 6 pips away from a bearish engulfing. I'm not gonna bet on that. I'm just gonna. I want to see if we close below this 50%. That'll be good enough. And let me know. Basically, this is 50% of the wick range on a daily candle. So if we pull up the daily, you see the previous day is wick. I want to see how the current day is going to react to that. So that's what I'm looking at. Let's see how we're going to react to that. Let's see. Look at some jabby pairs, man. Let's see. So make sure we're not leaving no money on the side. UJ still building bullish momentum. Are we making all-time highs? Are we? Looks like we are approaching new all-time highs. So UJ could still be a good long. We already broke out of this consolidation somewhat. Look at this as consolidation. Broke out here, traded back in, and we had a breakout again on a daily. So could be a little scenario up in there. Small cut back. Let's see what GJ talking about. GJ. Let's see. Gone into December, we rejected this low. Still in this little channel. Nothing real crazy significant. Of course, it would need to break out of this structure for us to maybe attack this level. And possibly some more selling, unless if we're going to go higher, depending on the pound. So depending on what the pound is going to do. So AJ is kind of looking like GJ. AJ and GJ look like very similar. So AJ is looking like good buys. If you had a target down here at this level, or maybe even down here, you didn't get it, but it was modest enough. You got in on sales early November, late November, bearish engulfing with a breaker structure on November 26th. Let's see. Nice take profit here. Didn't even fill in this gap. We was targeting that, but we did get here. But nonetheless, develop some sort of not really a consolidation, but almost. But it did hold on the resistance real strong for a good little week. we just broke out of that yesterday. So, especially coming out of this Thursday bullish engulfing to start the year off, AJ is looking like good buys adjacent to the AU. That is selling out. That's a new 4 hour. Like I said, we did close back in that 50% range. Same thing as the previous candle that broke out. Not only did it close back under 50%, but it engulfed it. We didn't get the same type of reaction here, but maybe that's for a reason. Like I said, it
That was
could
a
be
pretty
still.
strong. That was a pretty strong bar that closed on the 4 hour too. That just happened without any wick.
Yeah,
Swept a high, create like a pretty solid. I don't even think they even had a wick at the bottom. And some of those I'll be hesitant about, but like I said, when I'm looking for retests or re-entries or stuff like that, this is not a bad indication of um, it could possibly be a double top, which is not ideal double top because it's so small to each other. But at the end of the day, created a high from yesterday, tried to retest that high this morning, and hopefully we can reject it and continue selling. Dollars keep on going up, so this should do the same as far as like selling.
right. I agree. I agree, brother. It's looking good though. Like I said, AJ showed buys on Thursday's close, so that was a Wednesday open and a Thursday close, January 2nd. Look at the 4 hour. January, oh, we got January 1st. Bullets engulfing on the 4 hour. And if you missed that one, you got another one on the 2nd in the morning on January 2nd, way before that candle closed. So all you need is the 4 hour and a daily, man. Let's see what EJ is talking about. EJ is probably the ugliest chart of the four. UJ is looking strong. UJ is structured. It's got structure, so it's easy to follow. It's an easy trade. AJ is more strong on the bullet. It's more obvious. UJ got structure, so it's easy to follow. UJ is, you should be already in, but if not, don't be scared of a break out of this consolidation to the upside. We got levels up here we can still reach to. Plus, also make a new high. Keep your eye on the yen because that's what's affecting all this. The yen is really allowing this to happen. Well, not only keep your eye on the yen, keep your eye on the yen just in case if they don't fall, if they don't shift on what they known to been doing. Keeping interest rates pretty low and tight or whatever. So, but also keep your eye on like things like the dollar, the pound, the Aussie, and the euro. See what they do because then you'll see how that will affect off of this trade. Because predominantly the yen kind of stays constant in how they change and policies and economic shifts and shit. They don't really do too much crazy movements like how we do in maybe other countries, especially how they going right now with all these countries just falling. Losing a grip. But like I said, EJ is looking kind of crazy. I would say it's in multiple ranges, multiple consolidations. I can draw in here. Like it might be another one forming, but overall it's like a big ass consolidation. So EJ is probably something you still want to wait for. I would say though, to not wait on this move potentially, but if we get a breakout here to attack these highs, I think that'll be good enough. But looking at the structure, I would say any selling into here would be a good risk on taking buys for EJ. If you still have belief that it's a potential for the market to continue with this structure as it's been doing, you know, lower highs, if you will, like this point, then this bullish push should come through. And any selling would just be an enticement to get people into sales because they're going to be looking from, oh, we got a bearish engulfing, oh, we sold out. Yeah, but this sell-off didn't take out no lows. Yeah, we got this, we had this bullish push, but it didn't take out this. So we started to sell off again. So if you start to read into that notion, then you might get caught up for what's really at play. And if we look at, you know, the bigger, larger picture, you can see we're talking about what's at play. So this is what shifted the world, 2020. So you want to kind of judge everything off of 2020. At the end of the day, that's when the markets shifted and we changed into a new way of just life. You know, now we're in a new norm. This was the new norm. This was the old norm. And now we up here in the new norm. So this is the move. AJ. This is the move. TJ, same scenario. Kind of broke out of it. Barely. And UJ, same scenario. So it's all the same scenario. We just got to find a position to get in. The overall move. That's why we look at the daily. So I can make suggestions like that. You know, 'cause we're looking at the bigger picture. Bitcoin crossed over 100 for the first time in 2025. And we're starting to retest. We went as high as 102. That's what's up. Bitcoin. But I got all my crypto in Bitcoin right now. I took everything out. I was like, man, I'm just gonna let it sit in there. Like, I'm done. I'm done playing until I get a larger bankroll. Because you have to be real attentive to try to catch some of these meme coins on Selena. Like, you have to be locked in to try to be a part of those stories where, you know, people turn in a couple of $100, couple of $1,000s to hundreds of thousands of millions. So, you know, with that being said, most of the time, unless if you get lucky, you're not really gonna catch a lot of the movement, the big 1,500, 1,200x type moves that be turning these small amounts to millions. There don't be no 100x, 100%. You know, it'd be like 30,000% type moves, like the big ass fucking move. That you won't see that once it gets listed on a platform that the mass majority can purchase it. A lot of that shit at most, at the lowest level, you go get that on like the uni swaps and the pancake swaps and all these other dexes for Solana and shit. Other than that, yeah, you're not about to get that once it gets listed on Coinbase and yada yada. Like I said, it's probably a rare, super rare. I can't think of. I would say maybe a Doge or Pepe or something like that. Maybe some of those coins you probably got some decent gains, but still, with some of those, you would have had to drop, 25, 50K to see some stupid ass money. You're not about to put no 25 in there once it hit Coinbase. I think at best, when I got mine on that first DEX on that was it Shield wallet? Something like that. One of them damn wallets where you was able to purchase. I think through Uniswap I had bought Keyshoot. And I want to say I put like 200, maybe 250. Maybe it was around there, around 250. And I seen it run up to like 3,000 in like maybe a day, 2 days. And that was crazy. It was exciting, but it's not, let me take this out and go buy me a house, change my life money. So what I'm saying is build your nest egg through trusted, coins and crypto projects. And through that, you can, grow it possibly through slightly faster means through some of these other smaller coins with room to grow. Like, I could say Solana, but there's other coins on that list, top 20 that haven't hit. Probably they're like 100 billion in market cap, so it's still a lot of growth in a lot of them coins. So. But yeah, man. With all that being said, I got out of all my meme coins in that wallet I have on crypto.com, and I got everything in Bitcoin. So whatever Bitcoin do, that's what I'll see. From that, we'll see where it grows. But I do like the potential for like Sue and other different type of blockchain type coins, especially as they're starting to be developed. Kind of like getting them early type scenario. I think I think gaming is something that's going to be talked about, but when it's talked about, it's going to be too late. I don't think it's not making headlines just yet, but I think that's going to be a big major move. Like, if you did want to take a risk, I would say that's going to be like the next risk besides finding one of these little, bullshit meme coins that you can make a couple of million on, if you get in early. But like I said, you got to get in dumbass early when niggas doing coin offerings before they even try to get it on. You need to buy it. You need to try to find a way to buy certain projects in that short window of right before they get on Coinbase or as soon as they get on that. That's probably going to be the earliest without knowing the people who creating the coins, because that's one of the main steps when you even ask like AI or look into the development of a coin and building its presence. One of the main steps they tell you is how and the importance of getting your coin listed on coin market cap. It's like getting your shit listed on NASDAQ type shit, but it's slightly a little bit easier than all the damn paperwork and lawyers and all that shit that's involved with doing IPO. But yeah, if you get in that early, then you got some potential to turn a small amount into some millions. Ethereum.
He dealt the classics: low miles, big blocks, and bench seats, hidden gems and dusty barns, diamonds in the rough. He'd take fixer-uppers and turn them into daily drivers.
48. Okay. I don't know why I thought it was like 42. Ethereum is not looking bad. Keep it real. Structure is being built to the bullish side. We are roughly about $1,000, $1,200 from the all-time high. So that's not bad. Not saying much because it's still like 30%, 20% of what we currently at. So ain't like I'm talking about. That's a large move of the total price of any of the Ethereum in life. It was short-lived up there at 48. It did not stay up there for long. So I feel like that's going to be an easy breakthrough. To get past that 48, fact of the day, on Monday, U.S. spot Ethereum ETF experienced a net inflow of 128 million, led by BlackRock. ETFs have accumulated 2.8 billion in total net inflows. Getting an inflow, so they took profit. It was taking profit out of December and bought the bottom. Buying all down here and shit. And on the cool, if you really want, this is looking at this information. If you really want to be real, and you really got to go deep with this shit though, but trading crypto with the information that's so so readily available, because it's not really no one government type of platform ruling all the information. If you look at the information that's going about the net inflows, like you can really see that, especially if you're looking at on like the Ether scan, the BTC scan to see, different purchases of coins. But I'm pretty sure, as far as on the ETF level, there's a tracker that's showing you the net inflows of these ETFs. But if you look at that and looking at when they are reporting these inflows, you can see the rejections. So you start to see rejections like this on a weekly. This sell off and this buy up. And this from that force that bought up is the same force that made this candle go all the way to this high. Nonetheless, it sold off, taking little profits, yada yada. Then the next candle, next weekly candle takes out that high. Strong momentum. Followed by a continuation of highs. We're still pulling back right now, but if you start to look at that, you can kind of see what inflows of cash and outflows of cash can do to a market. And if you can take that same knowledge into the Forex market, and that's something we can't see. We don't know how much money is currently being printed and being allowed to banks and certain governments and all that shit. They give us one big number. Oh, this the quantitative easing is this. It's always one big rounded off number. It's never to the T or whatever the case may be. Which I know they're not gonna give that information, but still, if you kind of can utilize what we see with inflows of ETFs are doing to the crypto market, we kind of can justify when we see a certain move like, oh, inflows beginning of the year, you know, you kind of can start to see where the money is starting to come in. End of the year is probably when the inflows starting to come in. Start to see bullish momentum, bullish momentum, bullish momentum. Digital Bitcoin miner, gold mining expands to Solana.
Yo, bro, I'm gonna switch over to Telegram and YouTube. About to head out, man.
All right, bro. Be safe, man.
All right, appreciate it, brother. Yeah, same thing. Still looking for sales entries overall. And we are going to continue to play this daily and 4 hour setups and be patient, man. Let's get this shit.
You already know.
All right, brother. I'll let you.
All right, bro.
Peace.
Peace, peace. Yes, we are still selling off on AU. We do have news coming out in about 30 minutes or so. It's the jobs information jolts. So we're gonna see what that does to these markets. But the market is looking good. Everybody's pondering Trump's tariffs. The US dollar was close to a 1 week low on Tuesday. As markets await U.S. economic data while assessing whether President-elect Donald Trump's policies on tariffs will align with his rhetoric. Investors have been pricing in a scenario where the implementation of widespread tariffs could boost U.S. inflation, potentially limiting the Federal Reserve's ability to cut interest rates and thereby supporting the dollar's strength. Because they're going to raise them motherfuckers. Mm-mm-mm. Let's see what else. Turbo. No need for you. I'll take you off my list. Clean my list up. That XRP. I'll leave you up. I want to see what you do. XRP look good with the bullish engulfing. On a weekly. You did? I remember seeing all this dumbass selling. Finally got to put it. XRP look real good. XRP look real good. Might ship a little money over there. Shiba. Kishu. Crazy. I don't know when I bought it, but no matter where I bought it at, it's not profitable. That's for damn sure. Let's see what Shiba does. Video pre-market is trading at a high. Do have earnings on Wednesday. Yeah. Video looks good. Lift. Not much on pre-market. Lift is a great buy. Nobody talking about Lyft and Amazon. I think that was just a statement piece. Better chart than Lyft, for sure. TSM trading at all-time highs with the pre-market. Yeah. Get your money, nigga. I don't blame. Let's see what gold looking like. AU is selling off perfectly. Let's get that up out of there. Sunday was here. Sunday bus right out the gates. Hood running for that shit. Oh boy, we got 27 minutes left. We got jolts, job openings. Stands for Job Openings and Labor Turnover Survey. JOLTS. Job Openings and Labor Turnover Survey. It collects information from about 16,000 non-farm companies, including merchants and manufacturers, as well as federal, state, and municipal government agencies in all 50 states and the District of Columbia, according to the survey results. As of the last Wednesday of the month in the United States, job openings are defined as all positions that are open and not filled. Job opportunities are included in the Job Openings and Labor Turnover Survey. Got you. So we want to see this number as low as possible, I would assume. So currently we're sitting at 7.74 million. We have a 7.7 flat million consensus, which is a drop. Hopefully we don't see a 7.8. Let's see that number drop. 20 more minutes. Yeah.
It's just the beginning. The ultimate fun.
Nvidia doing a lot of partnerships. Nvidia Financials and Continental, Aurora Innovation, Shaver Sword, and pre-market trade on Tuesday. Coordinated initiatives seek to boost the adoption of driverless cars. Yeah, 2027 autonomous truck. Hopefully, huge autonomous truck deployment. First body shooters in the industry first. It is established out of the Texas, driving agency, LiDAR, radar cameras, and other advanced sensors. Damn, boy. Good day. Nice breakout. Shares of Uber technology rose a day after the ride-hailing company said it is partnering with NVIDIA to develop AI-powered autonomous driving technology. Both parties will pair the data coming from Uber's trips with the NVIDIA Cosmos platform and NVIDIA DGX Cloud to help Uber's autonomous vehicles partners build stronger AI models more efficiently. NVIDIA Cosmos platform builds physical AI systems like robots and autonomous vehicles, while the NVIDIA DGX Cloud allows maximum resource utilization for AI model development across multi-cloud environments. Nice. Everything is going autonomous. What else is going to go autonomous? If it's not just vehicles, what else can go autonomous? Or is that the last thing to go autonomous? Is it everything we control? It's going to be more automatic. What else do we control? I think the last major thing that we control last major thing we control somewhat. We really don't control that, but kind of considers our income to a certain extent. I mean, it's by contract. You know, when you get hired on, you don't control how much you make, but depending on how often you go to work, you can control how much you make. You know, they guarantee to pay you this. You go to work, you will make this, so you can control that. But they ultimately control, you know, whether or not you still have a job. Yes, they can fire you, or they can just sell off or close the position, or ultimately just sell off and close the whole company. So it's multiple scenarios on how we can look at that. But yes, everything for the most part is non-autonomous.
Learn about crypto and get rewarded as you learn with Coinbase Learning Rewards. We've paid out over $100 million in crypto rewards.
Let's see what coin market cap talking about. 3.5 trillion market cap. Environment 126 billion. 5 more minutes. 6 more minutes, really. Wrap this news release up and wrap the live up all together. Let's see what type of volume comes into the market at 9 a.m. with these news releases. Two minutes left. The GAN fan. It's crazy, man. They got the GAN fan. We're approaching 1 minute left. Dollar is pushing strong. All right. News is about to release in 20 seconds. Starting to see a little pullback. 5 seconds. Let's see what the release does. Whoa! Damn! I'll take that. Come on, man. Come on. Added sell pressure. News dropped. The dollar is pushing higher, obviously. We are up 25 currently. Let's see what the news release actually was. We're at 57. Wow. So we were at joke. The balance of trade was bad. Job opening. We want this number to be lower. The previous was 7.8. We wanted a 7.7. We got an 8.09. We have more job openings. That is not good. ISM services PMI, we had a 52.1 previous, 53.3 consensus, and we have a 54.1. Let's see if we get any information on that. Nope. Well, we know ISM is Institute for Supply Management, and they don't have a good website. Yeah, it's crazy. ISMworld.org. Not working. Sell off, baby. News came out. Sales dropped 30 pips up. Take profit down here. 50% of the previous weekly range. Let's see how we get. This is constant 4 hours. So just like that, we will wrap it up and monitor these charts in the chat. I'm going to take a little bit of profit off of these sales. UJ got the bullish push. DJ chilling. AJ chilling. EJ got a little bullish push. Right? Yes, sir. Well, we're gonna wrap this up. We'll be back tomorrow. We do have monthly CPI indicator for AU coming out at 6:30. So there's more news, more volume coming out this evening. Previous is 2.1%. The consensus is 2.2. So we'll see what we get for that. And then coming in from Wednesday, we got news, retail sales for Euro at 1 o'clock in the morning. And then we have an ADP employment change at 7:15. And the jobless claims and continuous jobless claims and FOMC is coming out on Wednesday, Thursday, going on? See, now I gotta check and see. This is the reason why we do our lives. Another reason why we don't. I thought for sure Thursday was the jobless claims, initial jobless claims, continuous. It's usually on Thursday. But we got that on Wednesday this week with nothing on Thursday. No news for USD on Thursday, so I don't know. That's kind of weird. So I guess we'll be having initial jobless claims tomorrow on Wednesday, so we'll be in for that. Probably go live at 7:10 to catch this ADP news. And yeah, man. We go from there. We got this shit though. 4 hour and daily all day. Until then, we'll see y'all tomorrow at 7:10, 7:15, ADP news release. And also be remember for 6:30 CPI for AU. All right, man. Peace. Yeah.